that doesn't help. I feel like that just makes it worse. And so my point is that, you know, a lot of these video games that they've released, like if I just look at, let me look at the most recent releases, okay?
Get ready.
And so let's look at, this is all DLC, it's kind of annoying. Look at Star Wars Outlaws, for example. You think about how many millions of dollars went into making a game like Star Wars Outlaws, and then the game just totally flops. Like, the problem is that they make video games that, if you're an indie developer and your game has, let's say, 3,000 players, I would say that's a really big W. Like, you're doing great. But the problem is that when you are this massive publisher and you're moving this mountain of a company around with 19,000, 23,000 employees, you can't afford to have 3,000 players. You have to keep getting these big hits all the time. And the fact is, they're not getting these big hits. They're not even coming close to getting these big hits. And that's it. And this is their Stardew Valley. Can you check on Immortals of Avena, $180 million game? Well, it wasn't made by Ubisoft. It's aside from the point. Like, even Assassin's Creed Mirage, like, this game came out, apparently. I guess it was released on Steam. I don't know about that. But, you know, this game, it was okay. But it just, none of these games really are massively popular. And you can't run a studio as big as Ubisoft without having massively popular, what do you call it? Massively popular hits. Yeah, they have more employees than players. I mean, I would say that's not looking so good. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I mean, there's a McDonald's that has more employees than Skull and Bones. So it's not really saying a whole lot. But either way, it doesn't look good for them at all. So, you know, that's pretty much where we're at. And I think Ubisoft, as I said before, I think that they're cooked.
Baby Shark is coming, baby!
I'm gonna see if I can search it up.
Prepare for Baby Shark!
And these are the people, they wanted, see, this is actually, and you remember, in the Bible, this is what they did to Jesus. So Jesus tried to tell the people the truth, and they wanted to kill him. They were angry. They didn't want to come into the light, and now the light is coming to the cave.
Baby Shark, do 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 do.
The cave is falling down. It's crumbling. I said this was going to happen. The first person.
Baby Shark, do 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 do.
But Jesus is actually the first person in history to get canceled. So anyway, I don't know if I really looked at this. Ubisoft. Let me see here. Is it cooked? Maybe. Is this really what it was? Avowed game is full of psychos. Yeah, I don't know really if I could find it. But I know that there were a few clips of me talking about Ubisoft and everybody calling me stupid because I thought this was going to happen. And so yeah, anyway, the point that I'm making here is that if you look at this publisher and you see their releases that they've made, almost every single one of these games is a piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit that nobody plays. That's all it comes down to. Like, and even if you think that they're good, they're not good enough. These games are not popular enough to have to run a massive studio like this. It's just not going to happen, man. Yeah. I don't care. We're talking about Jesus now, bro. Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. I was talking about myself. And anyway, so Caesar was the first one to get canceled. Is that it? We need to talk about the Greek situation. There's somebody spamming. I don't know about what we're doing spamming. What's going on, Greek Warrior? I saw Greek. I saw you got banned.
We can no longer
I did. You got banned on fucking on WoW. But then somebody else said you were buying gold, and so like I don't know what the fuck happened. That's why like I saw your situation. I just didn't know the details of it. That's why I haven't covered it yet. But like if you want to like if somebody wants to send me like his whole situation, then I'd be down to look at it and see because I like the guy, right? He's like a S fan. If S fan played a warrior instead of a paladin, you know. And that's it. The ego, the most humble streamer? Yeah, I know. And anyway, Caesar came after Jesus, I guess so. But I know everything. Well, I'm trying to look at this right now, at least for now. So the point that I'm making is that you've got this whole situation going on, and look at the Avowed player count. Well, who cares? I mean, it's not the same studio.
All you need to do is capture
Too many
the mission
bad
area.
releases.
Got it?
Too many bad releases.
Honestly,
And again, guys, I want to emphasize this. The success of Assassin's Creed Shadows or the lack of success of Assassin's Creed Shadows, in my opinion, I don't think Assassin's Creed Shadows met their expectations. I don't. I think that they probably had even higher expectations for the game, and it did not meet. That's it. And so it's a swing and a miss. Yeah, now it probably did well, and it's not like this is going to be a Concord. It's not like it's going to be a Immortals of Avenum, you know, like massive failure game that nobody plays and it causes the company to fall apart. But again, the reason why this is happening is time and time again, they've released bad games, and they've run out of time. And they had to sell a huge portion of the company to China, and they had to compromise all of their IPs and basically sell them to China. There it is. I'll go back and I'll read some comments here, and we'll look at it. They had their chance and sadly failed because they're too DEI to make a good game nowadays. Well, the good thing that you can keep in mind is that all of those people are probably going to get immediately fired by China, and it's going to be totally over. So yeah. You are under my protection. And what's this here? Now China's going to make games for me. The chuds, bro.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
He's not wrong. Yep. And the thing is that, and I also want to talk about an element of this that I think is really important, is that you have a lot of people on Twitter who like to virtue signal about how much fun they're having playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, etc., and like how good the game is. Looking at the graphs, it sure seems like, and looking at the amount of people that are actually playing the game and watching content about the game, it's basically nobody. Like, I know that at least for, like, my audience, like, yeah, people all wanted to watch it the first and second day, but then people got pretty tired of it fast because it was the same content over and over. So, that's it. They were running defense for Assassin's Creed like this? Yeah, they were. They were running defense for a very long time, and they were completely wrong. They were. And the problem, and I think what's disappointing about this, is that a lot of these people don't understand that what they were doing is they were enabling a company to make decisions that are going to cause the loss of thousands of people's jobs. When I'm calling out these things that these companies are doing, and I'm saying this isn't good, they should be thanking me.
I'm sorry, I had
saying,
to.
thank you for telling us this, because we didn't know this and we can't figure it out. Most of us hate watched it. Yes, exactly. And so all of the people that were trying to run defense for Ubisoft and protect them from the chuds and everything, I want to let them know that you are responsible for this company having to lay off. This company will probably lay off over 10,000 people collectively, right? Or at least like restructure them in a way that's not advantageous. That's probably what's going to happen. This is going to be a massive fucking rapture at this company. And they caused this because they're too caught up in their own identity politics and their own worldview in order to see common sense. And that's what's happened. These people have totally fucking lost their minds. They're defending things that are just retarded. And they can't read graphs. They don't understand numbers. And they've totally fucked everything up. They watch them give all the jobs to Chinese people. So what do you think the probability is that Tencent is going to restructure Ubisoft in a way that gets rid of the people in the Western studios and hires people in the Chinese studios? Oh, God. What are the odds of that? I think probably about 100%. Yeah, pretty much 100%. Yeah, it happened. It's going to happen, I mean. Yeah, it's going to happen. And what did you think of Assassin's Creed Shadows? Well, I thought it was a 6. It was a 6. Maybe it's a 7. Maybe it's a 5 for you. If you're a big fan of Assassin's Creed, it's either a 4 or an 8, maybe. You know, like if you really are happy or you're really not happy, etc. But I thought it was a 6. That's my opinion. And as somebody who's a virgin to the series, I've never played an Assassin's Creed game before. I just came in with relatively no expectations, or at least as much of an open mind as I could be. And, you know, I'd say it's a 6. Anyway. Huh? Virgin? No, I'm just saying, right? I mean, oh, you're talking about video games. Oh, no, I'd played Assassin's Creed before. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, my point is that This is of no surprise to anyone. I'm really glad to see this. I think that this is a complete chud victory. This is also a complete
Charles dreamed of a safe haven for all mutants.
I don't know, actually. I don't know what it's gonna be like. What is chud mean? A
30 seconds
chud is
before you
like
attack.
a guy that complains a lot about DEI and, like, you know, modern audience gaming, basically, right? Like a low information, low intelligence, right-wing leaning person who doesn't really know what they're talking about, but doesn't really like, you know, minorities in video games or something like that, right? And and like, this is obviously like a caricature, but that's what the term is being used for, right? And so anyway, someone I don't like, yes, clearly. And anyway, there it is.
Got it?
I
Wow.
wonder how Cronovia
I can't
plays
fucking
with
believe
Dark
it.
Force.
I'll refresh this again and see if there's any new information about this. China owns Tencent. Tencent buys 15% of Ubisoft. Tencent uses this position to push for ESG. ESG tanks the studio. Tencent buys them.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Man. That's about right. I guess so. Well, there you go, guys. And you know, right wingers just got drunk and they're ashamed of the one night furry stand. Maybe that's it. But anyway, it's BlackRock pushing ESG. That's just a joke. And Ubisoft sells off. All Assassin's Creed was doing was setting the sale price of the IP to the new subsidiaries co-owned by Tencent. Yep, there it is. Ubisoft owning the chuds by falling apart and needing to be rescued by Tencent. 3 million players in shadows, though. Ubisoft lives on as predicted. Tencent was never going to let it die out. Ubisoft will live on in the same way that, like, a corpse lives on when it's resurrected by a necromancer, okay? Like, yes, it's living, kind of, right? But not really. So, yeah, BioWare, it's on Atari, is still around, but not really. So, there you go. Me having to play this fucking game and the aftercare support on my timeline when we all know Ubisoft is being bought out by 10% regardless of how this game does in sales. This gentleman right here, March 20... Go, he's damn, he said it! He said it! Assemble! Okay, I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah, he went all the way. And, yeah, anyway, so, Ubisoft got bought out. This guy, reject your false idols. Embrace thinking for yourself. And remember, self-righteousness will soon lead to damnation.
A little help, please. They've almost got you.
He was right, man. He was fucking right. Oh my god, this is fucking funny. And we told you Ubisoft was cooked and they just sold off all their big merchandise. Yeah, and this is what I find to be really funny about this, is that all of these people, if Assassin's Creed was as successful as it needed to be, Tencent would not be doing this. No, that's not true. Tencent would have done this no matter what. This decision was decided. This was decided months ago. Again, Assassin's Creed is like after you break up with your girlfriend and she's like, and I've been cheating on you.
That lie beyond our shores.
Yeah, it just makes it worse. But the decision's already made. Yeah, it's already been made. It's already done. So Ubisoft is TAFSOP. Well,
ready.
let me see here. TAFSOP? I don't know. Madness, we're all okay with... we are all okay with China basically owning the gaming market. I'm not okay with China owning the gaming market. And I think that it's very fair to be critical and worrisome about the fact that China is exercising true soft power by indirectly enforcing Chinese censorship into international games And I think this is a very important conversation to have as Americans and Westerners, how we process this and how we respond to it.
Do not
But
give me reason to alter
would
that
I
arrangement.
rather... Okay, so here's the truth.
See that? Miss it. Look what relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
Ah, here they are now.
Which one's worse? Actually, I want to do a poll.
Someone scratch my back.
Who would you rather have in control? The CCP?
Watch me soar!
There's only two options. There's only two. There's not three.
This is real firepower.
It crashes the website every time because there's a lot of people that vote on this, right? Will the poll, will Tencent milk the consumers more efficiently? I didn't see this on my mods did this. 95% of them say yes.
I can heal.
Okay, so we are at the point now where the Council of Karens has become so unpopular, people are hoping that the Chinese Communist Party comes in, like... These people are so batshit retarded that these people are hoping, everybody's hoping now, that the Chinese Communist Party is going to come in and enact some common sense.
Behold the god of thunder!
How the fuck did we get here? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Imagine. Yeah, I'll link it for you guys again. There's the vote. If anybody else wants to vote before it crashes, that's okay. And it's all part of China's plan. Yes, it is. We are so cooked. Yeah, bunch of idiots in here. We hate woke shit. Well,
Stick around!
it sure seems that way.
Time's over!
The woke parents are terrible too. Yeah,
Target neutralized.
Control
there you go,
off.
gentlemen.
Cannot be quelled.
I hope Elon is watching. Make games great again. He doesn't need to. China's doing it. Yep. China's doing it. You would say, Tencent, can you bail us out? Yeah, I guess so. Oh my god. You know who's probably so happy about this? Mark Kern. Because he's been getting roasted for days and days and days about this, you know, all Ubisoft and everything like this. Important to note, Ubisoft, like, because Ubisoft is making fun of them just a couple of days, or yesterday, maybe the day before. Just a couple of days ago, they were hating on this guy, and now, you know what's really funny is that social media manager is probably going to lose their job. Let's take a look at Tencent's social media presence.
Magneto!
This is real firepower.
Now, much better.
Armed and dangerous. Again.
Like, it doesn't matter to them. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's gone. Well, I feel bad for him. I think he's a fun guy, but that's too bad. And incorrect.
I'm
Take,
opening
check
a
Riot.
portal.
You're right. Riot does pretty well. They do, and sure. But I think that this is probably a much more of a controlling perspective. I think that Riot, the difference is that Tencent probably lets the people in the West do what they want to do because it's working. That's the reality, right? I mean, like, Riot is making money and the games are going well, so there's no need for any sort of, like, executive top-down leadership because you can let people just self-direct and make decisions on their own and things are going fine. The real time that you have top-down, like, decision-making happening is when things fall apart, and that's when you need that executive-level leadership. And so Riot doesn't need that, and neither does Grinding Gear Games. And they also... everybody loves Baldur's Gate 3. Tencent owns part of Larian Studios, who made Baldur's Gate 3. So Tencent basically owns a little bit of everything in the gaming industry, right? Minus a handful of companies. And ironically, a lot of the companies that they don't own are garbage. So I for one, welcome, you know, our new overlords here. I think it's great. I'm glad.
I'll patch you up.
Yeah, there it is. They own preferred stock in in Larian not voting stuff. I didn't say that they did. Like it's like 10%. I wouldn't have said that they had like the decision-making capability in Larian if you asked me that question. The point I'm making is that they are involved in it's like a an old god, right? It's spreading its influence everywhere. So, right, multiplayer events, they need social media presence. That's a good point, too. But I think everybody would use social media presence, it would matter. But anyway, so yeah, Mark Kern is, man, I bet he's pretty happy. Fucking vindicated. Oh my god. So there you go, gentlemen. Ubisoft is being completely restructured. They have made a secondary company. There will be a rapture of games people that work in this industry. A rapture like you have probably never seen before. And all company email that was sent by Ubisoft employees.
Get ready.
Oh shit.
Armor patch here. This is not how I was expecting this day to play out.
Oh
Never a
shit.
dull moment for our crew, eh, Quill? I just hope we can get
Even
this
this guy. Oh
Be
no.
wary.
plans.
This was an
Not the
email
man I
that was
used
sent
to
to people
be.
from Ubisoft.
I have found a greater cause.
And a follow-up email, Marie,
battle
Sophie,
starts in
Wilbert,
5,
Chase Studios, and
4,
portfolio officers said,
3,
I wanted to follow up
2,
immediately with all of you in
1.
Montreal, Quebec,
All
Barcelona,
you need to do is
whatever,
capture the
about the
mission
new
area.
business unit being
Got it?
created. First and foremost, I want to emphasize that the agreement we announced is a powerful enabler and all exciting opportunity for Ubisoft. Yes, for the people that are writing these emails, it is. It will help us accelerate the evolution and improve how we make games with greater focus and agility. Do you know what agility means? That means when you trim the gap and you can move faster.
This is real firepower!
Lay on.
Area is yours to capture now.
Yep, you hear that word, agility? Uh-oh. Oh. Get ready. Yep, you're getting fired, exactly. Tencent's investment is a strong testament in their trust in our ability to grow Assassin's Creed. Well, it's their trust in the franchise, I would say. Is a direct result of the incredible work that you've done in making these franchises iconic? No, it's not. They haven't done good work, and they've destroyed the franchises, and that's the reason why you're selling part of the studio. If you think that they're actually selling their company to China because they want to, you're insane. They're doing this because they have to. Like, if you look at this start, I've shown this so many times, right? But if you look at this here, this is a really bad number, and you can't have a graph like this and keep your fucking job. Like, how many of you guys, if you had a graph like this, you'd be getting a performance improvement plan, or you'd be out of your ass. You'd be down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're probably just getting instantly laid off. You're not even getting a tip. You're getting instantly laid off. Getting fired, exactly. I also want to be clear, if you are not currently working on these brands, it doesn't mean that your work matters any less. It only means that you're going to so your work still matters, but it doesn't matter enough for us to probably pay you long term, so you're going to be gone. This agreement will be on all of Ubisoft giving us means of Spark, yeah, whatever. In the upcoming weeks and months, we will work hard to build the best organization possible.
Our enemy has been spotted.
Lots to destroy here.
Of course, this brings some uncertainty and questions. Right now, we may not have all the detailed answers. Yes, you do.
I totally rock that.
Yes, you do. I think that you do.
This spot.
What a curious
Wow.
place.
Someone scratch my back.
I feel like
Is
myself
McDonald's
again.
hiring? I don't know. I'm sure they'll find out. Don't hesitate to reach out and stay tuned for the locally usual dedicated studio time to be good forums to keep you updated and answer your questions. Add to the article. So this was again all Ubisoft company was sent this email. It's over. Wow. Ubisoft Montreal is still fucking cooked. Yep. They are. Anyone who isn't working on Rainbow Six franchise will be laid off. Yeah, Rainbow Six is one of the only franchises that they're doing that's going well. How it started, how it's going. Man, I feel bad for some of those guys that work there, you know? It's sad. But that's what happens.
Another
That's life.
victory. Thank
You should check out Pirate Nation's tweet. Okay, sure. I'll look at a few more things about this, and I want to look at some other stuff too. Man, are they going to make a tweet about this at all? No. But instead of that, they announced... Wait, isn't this the helmet they gave Trump? Wait. Not exactly. But it's kind of close. Wow.